Good afternoon, I'm Doris. Today I want to discuss how to surround yourself with positive people, not negative people. Today's topic is to surround yourself with positive people, which is part of life lessons. There's a story that I would like to share with you. I have two former classmates that I did not get along in elementary and middle school. They're two of my former female classmates, one in elementary, the other in middle school. First, I want to talk to you about one of my classmates whom I did not get along in elementary and middle school. Her name was Stephanie Fields Randall. She was in the third grade. At that time, I was in the fifth grade. I remember at lunchtime in the cafeteria, I started, doing some strange gestures. And Stephanie asked me, "Are you retarded?" I say no. And she said, "Why are you acting like that?" And that was very and that was very insulting for her to act like that. What I learned that some people are mean, cruel, and heartless. But not only that, some people are idiots, useless, and senseless, and plain stupid. And that's what I described my former classmates. Also, what I learned if you behave strangely in public, people are gonna judge you. But not just in public, but in presence of people. People are gonna judge you and think you're crazy or stupid. But I'm not. And a lot of people don't know that I have a ability. And it was hurtful for Stephanie to ask me such a thing because that's very insulting. I want to share the moments that I have with my former classmates, Stephanie, about the things that she did to me in elementary school. I remember in late February of 1997, it was an ancillary in art class. We were working on a activity. We were working on some kind of a project. And I remember that Stephanie and my other classmate, Bobby Caesar, whom I did not get along with in elementary school, and they will call me names such as stupid retarded, say stupid retarded. And I was started getting frustrated and, cursing. I say, damn, because about what they did to me. And I told my teacher about what happened. And then she understand and say, I know they hurt you. And she said, you don't use bad words like that. She told me to go to timeout. And I served my timeout and I was disappointed because I was using profanity, but I didn't mean it. It's because of what they say. And after I served my timeout, I started, throwing tantrum as Miss Ferguson say, take it easy. I was upset about that. I was using because of a Stephanie due to me. And I told the bus driver what happened. And she told me, do not listen to Stephanie, ignore her because she's ignorant. And I understand about what Miss Robinson said, who was my bus driver. But part of me wants to give Stephanie a chance. But it did not work out. And I should have listened about what my bus driver, Miss Robinson, said. Also, that I remember some of the moments about what Stephanie did to me back then. It was after that we came back from the health fair, which was held in the gym at Milne. I remembered I was started throwing tantrums and stuff, and my other teacher, Miss Wilson, put me out, and I was disappointed because of Stephanie. And even when I learned that you have no control about what other people say because some people are mean, that's what I realized that. Also, I remember that Stephanie and I were arguing on bus. We called each other names. And looking back made me realize that the type of person Stephanie was. She is not a good person. She is not a cool person. She is ignorant and mean. And that's kind of opened our eyes. And I say to myself, I'm done with Stephanie. I have nothing to do with her anymore. Also, I remember at recess time when I was serving my time out, and Stephanie, lied on me that I said I peed on myself, and I say, and it really hurts me and all that because that will show you type of person Stephanie was. But not only she's a bully, she's a liar, liar, a liar. Also, I remember at the bus, I was crying because I felt that Stephanie did not like me. Along with my other classmates, Bobby, they were talking about me. And I remembered I was crying to Miss Reynolds, who was the cafeteria manager at Mill Elementary. She said, I like you and all that. And what I learned that not everyone is going to like you. You have to like yourself because some people are mean. Some people are ignorant. They don't understand that I have Asperger's, which is an autism spectrum. And that, Stephanie, is ignorance. Also, that I remember in March of or April of 1997, we were having research inside the class and we were playing a memory game. And I keep on, losing. I don't know what to do. And Stephanie say I win because you stupid because I the way about it. And I was very hurt. It will show you the type of person is. And what I learned is not to surround yourself with negative people. They're gonna let me down. Also, that I remember on spring 1997, I started throwing tantrums as we were getting ready to bus, and Miss Ferguson holding my hand. She said, "Why you act like that?" She said that Stephanie is uncool, Bobby's uncool, and uncool. And Miss Ferguson said I'm a cool person. Brittany and my other classmate, whom I got along with, her name is Brittany. She was a cool person, and she was right. And I remember after I'm in school, after I graduate from elementary school, I remember the things that Stephanie did to me. It shows that she is not a nice person. She's not. And what I learned is that you have to forgive and forget. Also, that I have heard from one of my friend and my former classmate in elementary school, Brittany Rich, she told me that Stephanie was expelled from school because she stole the teacher's pen. And I said, wow. And wow, and wow. And Stephanie is not a good person. And, she shouldn't steal stuff. It shows you the type of person and all that. And one thing that I will show you about Stephanie, about the way that she is, she runs around, plays around, and that's how I used to, and I don't want to be in like that. And she calls me stupid because of the way it be acting, and I say that she's the one that behaving stupid herself. And what I love to learn is to just move on, to forget about that person. Next up, I want to share you about one of my classmates whom I did not get along with in middle school. Her name was LaShawn Cornish. I remember when I was in the 7th grade, she was saying stuff about me. It really hurts my feelings. She said I pick on other kids, which was not true. At cell phone 9, she said I pick on Marcus, and I cared. And it really hurt me because that's none of her business. And she was talking about that I pick up my nose, in which I did. It really hurt my feelings. And for her to say that, because it's none of her business. And what I learned that you should not pick your nose in public because that's inappropriate. Because if people are gonna look at you, think you're nasty, and that's not right. And the tensions about what happened between me and LaShawn got really worse, especially in spring of 1999. She was saying stuff on my mind. I kept staring at her. Because I kept staring at her every 5 minutes, and I learned that you shouldn't stare at people because it's not polite. And a lot of people don't know that staring is somewhat part of my problem, and other people does not know that, especially LaShawn. And I even remember that She influenced my other classmate who was mentally challenged. Her name was Bernetta Sampson. She told me to told Bernetta to call me names such as crack lady, you retarded, say don't get smart at me. It really hurt and it cried. Because I know it's because of that. LaShawn, I know it was Bernetta's fault. And I snap back. I just attack LaShawn. I just attack back at LaShawn for for influencing Burnett to call me names. She said, don't get smart with me. And I told her that I'm not stupid retarded. She said, I'm not stupid, I'm not. She said, that you're stupid because I laugh myself and talk myself and that does not mean that I'm retarded. She does not know what retarded is. She's the one that is acting retarded. Retarded. And looking back at that 20 and a half years later, and I told my mom about what she did to me, and my mom said, you have no control about what are people's feelings because some people are mean. And I shared that to my therapist when I was an undergrad at Cal State San Bernardino, and what I learned that some people are mean and cruel and heartless, and that's what I describe as LaShawn. And I even remember 20 years ago, she accused me of staring at her, blah, blah, blah. And she wrote me a letter. If you stare at her, I slap in her eye. And what I did is to just throw the letter away. And I say to myself, I have nothing to do with LaShawn, meaning that I don't have anything to do with LaShawn. I'm through with her. You know, she's toxic to me, but not only that, she's ignorant, she's heartless, and I don't want to be friends with that person. And that's what I learned is not to surround yourself with negative people because they're gonna let you down. And that's what I've learned. And LaShawn wanted me, and I say, I have nothing to do with her, you know. I'm better than this, you know. I'm better than this, you know. I'd rather just have a peaceful life. But not only that, I'd rather surround myself with positive people than negative people. It shows the type of person that LaShawn is. All that time that I want to be a friend, and looking back made me realize that she was bullied. And even what after she did, because if I stare at her, I slap it on, and the same thing, it really hurts my feelings. And what I learned that you should not stare at people. And that's what I've learned about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.